What's up, Duckers? Welcome to January. Welcome to 2025. A Ducking Wrestling podcast is back, baby. This month, we are doing a watch along for the 1997 Royal Rumble. Amazing match. Great time of the company where it's starting to pick up and you got some crazy shit kind of going on, knowing what's coming up. Y'all hang tight. We're going to jump on with George and Lathan, and we're going to get this bad boy going.
Previously on a Ducking Wrestling podcast.
Raven rules.
Well, I mean, it's.
I don't think that was his saying, but all right.
No? Have a good
Well,
time.
hell, he's from he's the part of Ninja.
It's a nice day. It's a nice day.
Wait,
I fucked it up.
Which, by the way,
In the 90s, that was a nitro.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to a Ducking Wrestling podcast. It is January 2025, and we are here. We are going. You got the big dog daddy sitting here. Over to this side, you got Mr. Lathan Hall. Down on the bottom, back this month, you got Jorge Empanada bringing the thunder from his down unders. Guys, what's going on?
Oh yeah, New Year, same old me. Back on this bullshit.
New Year, same Mike.
I got the actual matching hairline to go along with it.
Yeah, your microphone kind of just looks like the top of your head.
I found motivation in the small things in life.
that's what she said.
No Diddy.
Well, guys, December, it was just Lathan and I getting our thing going. So we are back now in January. And we are, of course, it's January. It's Royal Rumble month. So we are going to be doing a watch along for the 1997 Royal Rumble. I have been wanting to watch this one for a while because I don't know if y'all watched it beforehand, but I did, and I verified my suspicion of the error in this match, which I will point out to you. But 97, 11-year-old me, watching wrestling, going over to my buddy Big Ernie's house, rest in peace. This pay-per-view came from the Alamodome in San Antonio. The whole thing was kind of built around Shawn Michaels and trying to get his title back from Sycho Sid, but that's a match for another time. Guys, what do y'all remember about this match? Were y'all wrestling fans at this time, or was this a little before you were getting into it?
This was about the time where I started watching it on TV, but too broke to afford the pay-per-views or anybody that wanted to buy them for me to go watch at their house. But I just remember at this time watching the highlights on Monday Night Raw the next night and figuring out what was going on for the storyline beats and some of the results. But most of the time also I was watching WCW at the time. So this was kind of like a passing by type of moment. And then I do remember when I watched this originally, again, getting ready for this recording, I remember how we got to the next pay-per-view from here because I got that VHS from Hastings video rental place about 7 months after it came out. And started putting pieces back together of what I didn't get to see on pay-per-views.
Yeah, I rented this from Blockbuster Video. Yep, I remember that. What about you, George? You would have been like 4, right?
No. Actually 10. Yeah. No, definitely I was a fan. But this is also one, my parents would not get the pay-per-views. So I can't remember. No, if I was 10, I was definitely not at a restaurant watching this. So it was just something that I knew what's happening, but didn't really like. I was still too young to like care, But I didn't purposely watch it beforehand. Like I wanted to watch this. If I did not know anything about it, and hopefully I don't, like we'll see throughout if I start like remembering some things, like maybe some highlights. But I wanted to experience this for like the first time as we're watching.
Yeah. The only reason I went back because I try to get these from a whole new perspective. I'm glad I went back to watch it because first of all, I wanted to confirm the error that I've known was there for years, but I didn't want to look like an asshole recording and be like, "Oh yeah, watch this." Oh shit, wait a minute. So I did confirm it. The other thing was too, they don't put nameplates when wrestlers came out. So I at least was able to write down the names so that we can talk about it as they're going. But everybody at home, again, this is a watch along. So we are starting at the 1 hour, 23-minute mark. Right there's a sign in the stand says Louisiana loves Bret Hart, and we're gonna get it going, fellas.
This is in San Antonio,
Yeah, this was at
Yeah.
the Alamodome.
in Texas.
Yeah, no, San Antonio, Utah.
Well,
That
I'm just saying.
yeah,
There
that
Pero
wasn't San Antonio, New
por qué
Mexico.
Louisiana?
right, right. This person, obviously, you can't represent the whole state of Louisiana.
Exactly. Does
But all right,
Texas like Bret Hart at this point?
I guess so. But this is what we're gonna do before we get started. We're gonna take our first commercial break, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna be getting it going. So y'all hang tight. We'll see you in a sec.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is Fanboy Dave. Catch myself, Big Kev, and Jeremy from Brothers of Discussion weekly on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other platform you use to listen to your favorite podcasters. We talk about WWE mostly and have a real good time giving our takes. And every now and then, might throw a little shit at AEW. So hope you give us a shot. You won't be disappointed.
And that was the first time I got herpes.
But you got that dark skin, so you can't really see the warts, so it's fine. Oh shit! Hey everybody, welcome back to the episode. To get back on mental try. There we go. All right, hey, we're gonna get into it real quick. We are back, a new year, a new jersey, rocking that Navy Crossbones jersey that they wore against Army, where they beat the ranked Army team this year. So we're gonna keep it going. I have not had a repeat jersey yet, so I think we're still good because I'm stupid and I keep buying shit. So here we go. We are starting this in 3, 2, 1, and play. Here we go. We got everybody. Yeah, I miss the signs in the crowd. It's just not the same anymore as it used to be, right?
No, the signs are cool when you're watching TV, but not when you're sitting behind them.
what was the
I want to punch that
thing?
sign off of their hand when I'm sitting behind them.
I always remember the game, one of the early like SmackDown versus Raw or something, where it's like the guy behind me can't see was the sign. All right, so kind of going to the crowd up. Here we go. Got the fireworks going off. So this is January of '97. So we are on the cusp of kind of a new era in WWE, and we start out with fucking Crush, dude. What was it, like 90% of the shows that we watched last year had some form of Bryan Adams involved in it. Look at that. Oh, Lathan, there you go.
The OG Nation and Nomination. I was still trying to figure out why Crush had all these braids. I remember watching it back when I was a kid. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I get that he's like an ally, but at the same time, you don't have to like go full culture shock to be cool.
Why does it look like he has a skid mark on his forehead, like a
Yeah.
He does. That's some kind of weird claw. I never did understand it when I saw it, but I knew like I guess because he didn't wear trunks with like different like symbols on it, he just slapped it on the side of his forehead. He was like black enough. I mean, impressive. I mean, yeah, I look
speaking
cool with.
speaking of black enough, here comes Lathan's favorite mid '90s pro wrestler, Ahmed Johnson.
Dude,
Oh
is that
man,
like a triangle muscle on his arm, or is that a pad?
that's diabetes. Um,
That was,
anabolic diabetes, dude. He used to like his arms were always like that, and I never understood how you can make your arms look like that. Like looks like it's just nasty.
well, it comes at the
Can't
end of
lie.
the needle, dude.
Uh, diabetes. I'm just gonna suck it with diabetes.
Did you ever
His blood.
every Ahmed Johnson match that I ever watched, like he always kind of needed longer shorts because like he always ends up with his trunks up his butthole. Like every match. Like you start going back to whatever the WrestleMania one that we watched with him, and it was just, I mean, full on Nadagus hanging out.
Yeah, this booty meat. Just I'm like, this is kind of uncomfortable to watch, especially now that you brought it to my attention.
It's it's always weird too because you see the guys like kind of pick it out, like like trying to be
Yeah, like dude, I'm not touching your whole ass cheek, bro. Just
So this
help
is
me out,
one
there,
and
brother.
two of the Royal Rumble.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
This
kind
is
of, I kind of, I don't know. I like when they bring them out with their entrance music. They stand, they explain the rules instead of just like one comes out, two comes out, and then it kind of starts. Like this, isn't it like nowadays they stand and they get introduced or no?
no, they did that for a couple of years, but they've gone back now where they do the rules beforehand and then they introduce the people because it gives them that kind of pop moment. But like Ahmed Johnson was feuding with the Nation at this time, so this had its own little story with it. And here we got number 3 coming out where they start talking about how the clock is messed up. So fucking fake Razor just kind of comes out.
Big Grazer.
He's so bad. Like I get it. Like Kane as the fake Diesel was not terrible, but this guy's just oh my god.
dude, I remember this. I remember watching this, and I was like, "Wait, I thought he was in WCW already." And now I looked, I'm like, "Oh yeah, never mind. I forgot." This is
So
'97.
what is
We're
his
in the
real
era.
name?
Is hold on, I have it.
What'd
It's
you ask, George?
Huh?
What'd you ask?
What is his
Rick
real name?
Bogner.
Oh,
No, not like his like real name, but like his character name.
Razor Ramon.
Really? No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fake Razor.
yeah, they were calling him. They were legit calling him. Here comes Razor Ramon, the bad guy. They were legit trying to like up. And Ahmed Johnson's gone, going after Farouk.
Just like, outright
That's
eliminated
wild.
himself like a jackass.
Yeah,
I
did y'all
don't
see
Yeah,
that?
understand this. Like,
why not just go through the middle rope?
Right?
just roll out of the ring. You have so many opportunities and options for other ways to get this fight continued without screwing yourself. But all right,
All right.
Razor Canzon.
Next up, we got Phineas Godwin being escorted by Hillbilly Jim. Like I liked the Godwins. I think it was an interesting concept, but they got better when they were like bad guys, and I really enjoyed them as Southern Justice way more later on. But I like the idea of them. That's kind of a good concept, no?
Yeah, but they've been around for a long time. They've always had different variations of their tag teams that actually played out really well for the time. Like, I mean, they were definitely ones that would transition and got over with whatever weird gimmick Vince and them wanted to put him in between Phineas. And then he went on to become Midian.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I was like, that's future Midian.
Yep. So, I mean, give him some lemons, he'll make lemonade out of it. So, shout out to him.
Yeah. Hillbilly Jim though as their manager made a lot of sense, but like you couldn't have them as bad guys with Hillbilly Jim as a manager, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody in this ring or in the arena at all. By the way,
Crush, aka what was his name?
Brian Clark.
Brian Clark, yeah. No, Brian Adams.
No. Oh, it is Brian Adams. And
Yeah.
here comes old Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And no crowd reaction. Like the glass breaks and it was dead silent. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, like trying to figure out the time frame on this. I'm like, oh, it must have been before the King of the Ring. But then you see the
no,
song.
because the Austin 316 is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so I'm like, damn. So, they make it sound like right after the King of the Ring, like he blew
Okay,
up.
hold on. Did he just roll into the ring with his hands pretty much tied behind his back because of his vest? He's just like,
Yeah.
He did.
all right, fucking dead fishes into it.
That's too funny.
That's hilarious. But yeah, there was no reaction. And it's weird to hear it when that glass shatters and just the crowd goes mild and
Well,
like
but
nobody
we're used to it. We forget he started off so small. Like, we've been so programmed when we hear the glass break, we almost pee our pants in excitement. But everything starts somewhere. This is like the infancy of Stone Cold and Austin 316 taking off.
Right, but the way that history kind of tells it when you go back and watch like the documentaries and stuff was right after King of the Ring when he says Austin 316 was like, "Oh, I just blew up from there." But we're probably 4 months removed from that and nobody gave a shit. There's like two signs, but here we got
Yeah.
Gunn coming in at number 6, still part of the Smoking Guns tag team with the future badass Billy Gunn, but you got Bart. Oh, a little famouser there. Nice.
More like a botch famous or what was that? He looked like he was doing like a split leg kick and just had to push Stone Cold's head down so he can at least make contact.
Well, you can only do so much in cowboy Uggs. Those were not cowboy boots.
They looked boot enough, boot adjacent.
It's bootish.
Yeah, it looked like bootay.
All right. We got number 7.
The one thing I do appreciate about coming back and watching this more specifically is to see a very young, highly energetic, and a fully put together Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Before he had to put on the knee brace and get dumped on his head by Owen Hart and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, this is the good, like, really fast-paced, really hard Stone Cold that we get to see. We got number 7. We got Jake the Snake Roberts, who they point out like Jake looks so damn old here, and they're like, Jake Roberts, 42 years old. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Oh, Stone Cold still healing on him. Did you see that?
I did.
What do you do?
He was in the ring, so mocking him about his prayers, saying his prayers and everything.
Oh.
He'd kind of given up that character at this point. And for a minute, I thought like, oh, okay, there's no snake in the bag. There, it's whatever. But then you see the bag moving around and...
Oh, Damien's still in there.
Yeah, I don't like snakes. So I would be like if I was Austin there, I'd be like, no, you don't touch me. You get the damn bag out of the ring, and then we'll have our thing. Get the damn bag out,
Dang, imagine if they just stepped on it.
right? Wish. But I do like here. So one of the things I've always liked about Jake Roberts' watch. So he's got that hold on Austin's wrist, right? And Austin's smacking him, and bam. But he goes down, but he's still holding on, and he's still twisting it. Like that's some damn good psychology there in the match.
Yeah. Well, like a snake.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Whoa.
they get a grip and they hold on tight.
All right, we got number 8 coming out here.
Very astute.
Let's see who it is. We got the
I was going to
British
make a mom
Bulldog.
reference,
Oh,
but.
not even,
British Bulldog.
not even focused on the ring, and Jake the Snake is eliminated. Here comes the Bulldog. Personally, I prefer short-haired Bulldog versus weird cornrows Bulldog, but maybe that's just me.
I mean, a Bulldog's going to be a Bulldog.
Never seen a real Bulldog with cornrows.
Keep looking. They're out there. I know at least 2. One of them plays for University of Georgia.
Oh, womp womp.
Not British. But he black.
Oh, we got the power slam by the Bulldog.
I do remember too around this time, Stone Cold starting his angle with the Hart Foundation, which plays into the end of this. But angle-wise, it was the Nation against Ahmed, or mainly Farouk versus Ahmed. And then they created the Nation based off of it. Then it was Stone Cold and the Hart Foundation to a certain extent. But yeah, it was cool that the way they interwoven a lot of the entrances and the interactions around the storylines. That's one thing I was always appreciated. When it's done right, the Rumble can be really interesting and fun to help move you forward to get ready for like other pay-per-views like WrestleMania and well, in this case Backlash, and set you up for the summer too. So
yeah. Well, here we go. Let's talk about this. We got the first person in the match, and everybody kept saying his name differently. I thought at first they introduced him as Perro, but then they were saying Piron and then Pyro, and I don't even know. So I never knew this guy's name, but this kind of came from a partnership with WWE and AAA out of Mexico. So you'll see several people in this match from the Mexican promotion AAA, which I thought was kind of cool, but it really just, I mean, there's really not a point to it. There's only one person who comes into the match that really kind of anybody would know from AAA, and we'll talk about him when he comes up. But yeah, I mean, I don't see a point in it, y'all.
no, it's just for exposure at that point. It's sort of like when AEW does or actually when NXT is doing the TNA crossover events and stuff. It's just giving exposure to other territories at this time. I think Vince had some kind of weird, hey, it's Rikishi.
Yeah, the Sultan. That's what I
Rikishi.
was going to say. We got number 10 coming out, future Rikishi, a.k.a. the Sultan. Let's get it. Let's go, baby.
Dude, do you ever think, like, back in the day, because I remember watching this earlier. I watched the whole pay-per-view just for shits and giggles with Junior, or started to, and then he left. But do you ever think, like, back in the day, like, Goldust and, like, Rikishi were in the back, be like, hey, I bet my little brother can beat the shit out of your nephew or your sons.
I don't know if that's the case. Like, do you and George ever sit there and be like, hey, I bet my kid can beat the shit out of your kid?
I I know my kid can beat the shit out of his kid. It's fine.
Oh,
She.
I see a future baby fight club.
Oh
Genuine,
man,
yeah.
where'd you?
I know a certain birthday party that we can probably put this into place.
Oh, listen, there's a little bouncy house in there. We can get it on.
I throw Quint. I throw my son in there. You got to be careful. He bites. He's vicious.
Art, you will literally throw your son in there head first. So you
Go get him.
Just like a little baby dart, just like.
Well, here we go. So this guy, I think, is the only recognizable one from the AAA promotion. You have the legendary Mil Mascaras coming into the match, man, and he's one to watch in this match. It's really
This is badass. I didn't know he was in here.
That's cool. I really feel like the whole reason they partnered with AAA was to get him in the Royal Rumble in San Antonio. Like that's
Wait, what?
I feel like the only reason that they partnered with AAA was they wanted to get Mil Mascaras in a Royal Rumble in San Antonio.
Yeah, because he would be, very recognizable for everybody there.
Yeah.
But I used to have his action figure as a kid.
Yes, just the non-posable one.
Yes.
From the dollar store?
Huh?
That's from the dollar store?
No, Mexico.
No, he ain't buying that.
Walk around, they have the ring that you can buy, and then in between the ropes, they're like tied into the ropes, and they're just there like this. And then some of their fingers are separate, and some of them are all webbed together.
The only way you tell which one's a different wrestler is by the painting on the mask.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at this. We got Triple H coming in. Hunter Hearst Helmsley early in his career. I mean, this was not even a year after the curtain call, right?
What was this? Oh yeah, this was that moment. He had just started. I think, if I remember correctly, he was Intercontinental Champion at this time, so he's kind of getting back into the good graces of Vince. Leading into this because he was actually him and Goldust, I think, opened the show with the Intercontinental title match. So that definitely was showed that he showed, I guess, that he had ate crow long enough.
Yeah.
And then finally started to get that turnaround he wanted.
It was Rikishi. I couldn't tell that was Rikishi. That's crazy.
Dude, that mask, like I was watching when he's got the guy in the corner and kind of hitting on him and stuff. That mask was super like tight on him. That he had to be having an issue breathing.
I mean, being fat probably helped out too, the respiratory issue. But I could tell just by the way they had. I was trying to figure out how they got so much fabric to get his fat ass in those pants. Because my God.
Well, his booty didn't look that big at this time, but number 13 coming out, we got the King of Hearts, the Slammy Award winner, as they point out, Owen Hart. Let me ask y'all a question since he's just now coming in. It gives us a little time before the next person. Do you like Owen Hart? I think was a great wrestler. Personality wise, was mid. Do you think that Owen Hart would have the celebrity that he kind of does now had he not died the way he did? I hate to say it. I hate to bring that point up, but I was thinking about it where it's kind of one of those things like, would Nirvana have been as big if Kurt Cobain hadn't died?
They were big, Nirvana. Well, anyways, I think so if they would have done away with the whole Blue Demon thing.
The Blue Blazer.
Oh, Owen.
Yeah. Only because I know I was a fan of Owen Hart, and before they went to the Blue, whatever.
Blue Blazer.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the way that they were treating him at that time. I mean, would they have gotten any better with him? Like, would they have all of a sudden like propelled him to be something more, or
Probably not because of Bret Hart.
right? So would they have just kept shitting on him, and he would have ended up in WCW like Brett, just kind of shitting the bed and being done? But that's really kind of the question I bring up, not to take away from anything about his ability or anything, but the way they were kind of shitting on him at the end of his time in WWF. I mean, what are they going to all of a sudden turn around and give him something big, or are they going to continue to do that until he leaves? And WCW had nothing for Brett. What would they have for Owen?
I mean, at this point, I think with Owen too, he was the one that chose to stay in his contract. He chose to finish out his contract, but at that point, Vince admires that loyalty to the company, if anything. So I'm sure they would have given him eventually a shot at the main event. But at the same time, there's let people tell it. Like Owen was at the end of his career, anyways. Like he was starting to wind down and thinking about retirement, anyways. I would say realistically, between WCW, I probably would have saw him more in New Japan, doing more actual wrestling. So
Yeah,
not WCW though. So I guess the better way of saying it is if Owen had a choice between like finishing out his career at WWE when his contract ended and retiring versus going to WCW afterwards to be closer to Brett, I'd probably say he go to New Japan because he appreciates wrestling for wrestling's sake. And like knowing that WCW did his brother dirty just as bad with no storyline development and like stop pushes to his career, he probably have more fun doing it in New Japan, if anything.
yeah, that's a fair point.
Is this another luchador that just came
Yeah,
in with
so good. Yeah, let's kind of catch people up. So we had Goldust come in at number 14. At number 15, another guy from AAA, Cibernetico. Uh,
Cybernetico,
they said
Pendejo.
they said Cibernetico.
They're uncultured honkies. Like, we're in Texas.
Well, they brought up the fact that they tried to give a little bit of storyline to this with saying that Cibernetico grew up as a fan of Mil Mascaras and his idol and this and that. So they were trying to kind of give a story with it, but it kind of falls flat. And I think they just assumed like, well, we're in what's I guess considered South Texas and San Antonio. They're going to do that. All right, guys, I want you all to watch this. So we got number 16 coming in here, and we're about to catch where the mess up is. So at number 16, we have Mark Marrow, who is still in his wild man gimmick. So I want you all to do this. Watch Mil Mascaras. All right, right here. So he's going to dump Piro or whoever. Watch through the middle rope,
Yep.
up to the top rope. Watch, he's up to the top rope. He jumps off. Right.
Yeah.
So now,
he's still in the Royal Rumble to this day.
right. They are trying to
But
tell
they
him
eliminate him.
that he's done. Look. Watch. They're going to tell him he's done. But he's not. He went through the middle rope.
Damn it, Mike, you ought to get the hell out the way and let the man cook.
Look at that. Look. So to this day, I don't know if the man's still alive, but he is still in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. No, he's dead now.
Is he?
He passed, I want to say back in, it's been a while.
No.
I heard an announcement about him actually passing. Hold on.
Yeah, let's get the research team on that. But yeah, that's the mistake that I have known, like that I thought I knew for years, and then I had to confirm it. So yeah, let's see if God was the one who eliminated him from the Royal Rumble.
Man, that's messed up, man. That was a language barrier.
They're just there waving at him. No Moss. No Moss Royal Rumble.
He couldn't figure out how to say middle. I went through the middle.
Here comes another guy from AAA. We have Latin Lover, which I wonder.
Dude, I just realized on the side of Latin Lover's trunks is the Playboy Bunny.
I was
Remember
just
when
about to
was
say
relevant?
that. I was just about to say, like, I wonder if they had issues with the copyright logo. That's funny. He's actually a pretty decent wrestler, and I think they brought up the fact that he's the youngest wrestler in the match, but they never said how old he was. So we still got people going in this match. We've got about, 5 or 6 people involved. We got Austin going at it with Mark Merrow in the corner, Goldust and Owen Hart. And we got Owen Hart's, what is it called? Skin in the Cat. Coming back into the ring. Latin Lover with a missed drop kick into just kind of on the floor now. He looks like he's hurt. And there goes Goldust. Goldust has been eliminated. 10 seconds till the next person coming out. 3,
5,
Oh, dude.
4, 3, 2, 1. Bam.
And we got Farouk.
Damn.
I will say I like the Farouk gimmick, like this version of Farouk, way more than I like the just him as Ron Simmons or the early Farouk stuff. Okay, Lathan raised his hand. Lathan, what has the research department discovered?
Bro, I was doing my Black Power fist. The fuck? It's the nation of domination.
I thought you were raising your hand
What?
because you found out when Mil Mascaras died.
I'm not a child. I'm not gonna raise my hand to talk about my. This is my own podcast. I'm not gonna raise my fucking hand. No. Mil Mascaras is still alive.
I told
He's
you.
82 years old.
And still in the
Old as
Royal
dirt.
Rumble. Oh,
Yeah.
Ahmed Johnson back, who stole some wood from
I
Hacksaw.
thought he was eliminated.
He was, but he came back in with his big
Oh,
old
just to
lumber.
mess shit up.
Yeah.
He's doing his best.
Because him and
Hacksaw
Farouk are still in their story right now. And
still hasn't pulled the drawers out of his booty meat.
mm-mm.
Oh, we're back to only Stone Cold Steve Austin in the ring.
So we're just going to gloss over the fact that there's a Walt Sable out at ringside. We're not going to talk about Sable Lesnar.
Meh.
How long was she there?
Just long enough for me to pass puberty.
Oh, D-Lo Brown, baby.
Savio Vega?
Savio Vega.
Oh, shit. I always saw the back of that fade.
Freaking George. All brown people look alike. It's fine.
Oh, man.
Oh, so
Different.
the next person out, I want to make sure that we talk about, because it confused the fuck out of me because I wasn't watching when they said his name, but we'll talk about it in a minute. Lathan, go ahead.
No, I was just going to acknowledge that George thinks light-skinned black people and Puerto Ricans look alike.
Nah. Don't put me on that. that fade is the same as D-Lo Brown's.
And canceled.
And there goes Savio out the ring. Man.
You're going to have an island of American alternative or American adjacent Hispanic people mad at you, George.
All of our Puerto Rican fans, George does not represent the podcast in its totality with his statements.
Matter of fact, your brown card has been revoked, brother.
Chew.
Chew.
I barely have my green card. He can't take my brown card.
All right.
Man.
So here we go. So next up,
Jesse James.
right.
Sorry.
And did you catch how many times they called him Double J? Like during the match, they kept calling, and I know it was part of the storyline where he, Jeff Jarrett had left the company on bad terms, so they're trying to make the roadie the real Double J. But man, they called him Double J like 7 times in this brief period that he's in the match. But yes, we have Double J, Jesse James, the future Road Dogg, who's
Yeah. The real singer of all of Jeff Jarrett's old songs, allegedly.
Why were you going to call him Jeff Hardy? You think all white people look alike?
No, but they're just no. I ain't got nothing for it.
So WWE at this point is really trying to make somebody else be like somebody else's original character, like a replacement.
Yeah, so
the concept.
Jeff Jarrett had left the company kind of abruptly. He went to WCW at this time, and they did a whole storyline with, him and Road Dogg and everything. And once Jeff Jarrett left, they kept wanting to call Road Dogg. At the time was Jesse James was his name. So they were like, oh, the real Double J. So in that time period, they called him, look at that, there's the meme. That's where the meme comes from. But they called him Jesse James like 8 times in that whole period where he was in that match. But next up, we got number 21 coming into the ring. We got Bret the Hitman Hart, who all of a sudden Austin is worried about, but then is not worried about. So that was kind of a weird moment. But here we go, throwing fists.
Is this after the famous bloody match?
No, so the blood match, the submission match was this was
WrestleMania this year.
That was WrestleMania coming up.
Oh, that's a pasty booty.
Oh man, look at it.
Ooh,
that's one hell of a tan line.
Hi, baby.
God dang. And he's not that dark to begin with.
Is it safe to say at this point he's a white meat baby face?
Ah. You the drums.
Thank you. I'm here all night. Oh man.
All
Do you think they're in here like talking and Bret Hart's referencing like I know you're a ball guy, but there's somebody
I didn't want to
really hate.
I didn't want to date the podcast, but we just beat the Steelers.
So I didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but okay.
Yep. And we're gonna come back in February, and Jordan's gonna be mad as shit. Oh no! Here we go.
He's tapping out.
He did tap out, but it don't matter.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Wait, why are you putting? Oh, there goes the king.
Here comes the king with his big old man tits.
You know what?
He's got some hops though. Look at that. He got the hops.
And out.
Done. Nice. I've always liked Jerry Lawler. Like, you go back and kind of watch some of his early stuff in Mid-South and everything. I always liked him. Oh, that was kind of ugly. Did y'all see that with Austin's left knee? Like,
yeah.
Art gives him the first knee brace came.
Yeah, he gives him that Russian leg sweep, and like his left knee gets kind of caught and just kind of pinched. Seems to be okay, so I'll give him. He's got those Walgreens knee braces on at this point, so. Oh, and give him a little kiss down there. Nice. All right, we are coming down. We got number 23 who will be coming out here in a minute, but I like the feud with Austin and Hart. I did enjoy the feud, but I want y'all to take notice of the next, like, let's see, like 5 people who come out, 5 or 6 people, and then all the way to number 30. What we have in the ring for the feud.
It's Kane.
We got the fake Diesel coming out, aka Glenn Jacobs, aka.
All right, George.
Dr. Isaac Yankem, aka Kane.
Dude, he is massive, even as Diesel.
Yeah, I wonder, did they make like
Okay, so this is the thing. They're trying to use someone else to replace
yeah,
Razor
Yeah.
Ramon, Jeff Jarrett, and now Diesel, Kevin Nash.
yeah.
So
So
George,
everybody, if
Why
you're if
did it?
you're
What does? Okay, so at this point, explain. At this point, does McMahon think like we're idiots?
yeah, kind of. No, if you want to see, if you want to go back and see a good explanation where you're going to get both sides of kind of the scenario, go back and watch the documentary The Monday Night Wars, where they talk about Nash and Hall leaving, and WWE owned the rights to Diesel and Razor Ramon. So they just plugged somebody in there who kind of looked like them as these characters. Not, they're not Kevin Nash, they're not Scott Hall, but they're Diesel and Razor Ramon. And it flopped pretty bad. But you can go back and watch the Monday Night War stuff and see that, because there's a point where, hold on real quick, we got to acknowledge fucking Terry Funk heading to
the
the ring
Funkster.
at number 24, baby. The Funkster, greatest professional wrestler of all time. Fuck you, Ric Flair. No, I love you. I'm sorry. I don't mean. Anyway,
Also, George,
But the
watch,
same thing. Like we could always say, the people that we play on this podcast is a character. That way we can say whatever we want and we never get in trouble for it.
no, F all that. I'm
Playing.
100% real every day, all day, baby. Camera don't change me. I just get a little bit louder and my mic don't work sometimes.
We
Still
should do
equally
one.
as sober and highly caffeinated, slightly sleepy. You don't know what you're gonna get. But no, George, another one to look at too. Is the death of the rise and fall of WCW. They make reference from the perspective of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. They had just jumped ship and started showing up on Nitro as the outsiders. No name association, no like this is Scott Hall, this is Kevin Nash. He just showed up, and so people were saying on dirt sheets like, "Oh, Diesel and Razor Ramon showed up in WCW," and WWF was like, "No, this is our intellectual property." Going back to what Art was saying earlier too,
hey,
and
let's take
so
a quick timeout to recognize the next person coming in. Go ahead, George. You want to announce who that is?
No. Rocky Maivia, baby.
There you go. All right, Lathan. Apologies. Continue.
fuck this turd sandwich. Um, but anyways, but basically, to kind of sway the audience back from not believing that, Vince went on this storyline where he's like, fake or Diesel and Razor Ramon are going to be on Monday Night Raw a few days later, and so basically they have Rick Borg and at the time Glenn Jacob, Mayor Glenn Jacob. Actually, I'll respect his title now.
Yeah, you respect
Play
office.
these respective characters, and so yeah, that's the story.
That was the
But it
whole
also
thing.
led to the bigger part about it. Led to wrestlers starting to get more guaranteed contracts because at the time when Nash and Hall jumped ship to WCW, they were given like a lighter workload with a guaranteed contract, and then when they heard, or when the I guess the lawyers heard that they may not be, or in breach, or they may be in breach of contracts, they had them sign a different contract that guaranteed them more money. And then this episode came on where Glenn Jacobs and Rick Borg came out and realized that they were talking about two different people, and they were signing to like these crazy heavy contracts that they had to pay out because they're idiots.
Yeah. And we got Mankind coming out at number 26.
Yeah, I'm still mind blown from all that. That's crazy.
Holy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically,
Okay, but a 10-year-old me, maybe I would have been like, "Oh shit, they're back on." Well,
Listen,
no, not the
12-year-old me would
Razor
be
Ramon.
stupid
That was
enough
a
to
pretty
believe
sorry
it.
Razor Ramon. But right
Yeah.
here, Diesel, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, his hair just is like way too curly and not long. Like it feels like they gave Glenn Jacobs like, hey man, you got like a month to grow your hair and dye it black because we got something for you. And he's like, oh shit.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, because he's like naturally like a brunette or a redhead or something weird. Like,
Whatever it is, he's big as fuck doing it. Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah, he's huge.
All right, we got a few seconds left until the next entrant comes out with currently the longest member in the match. We got Stone Cold Steve Austin, but can we show some love?
Stone Cold and Bret Hart probably having like the best one-on-one match ever, and nobody's watching.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
here we go. Fucking
Flash
Flash Funk, baby. Just in
Oh
case
man.
anybody, hey, just in case anybody's wondering, Flash Funk, Terry Funk, not related.
Not related.
Just in case.
I don't know if you can notice slight resemblances, but they're no way, shape, or form related at all.
Yeah, the only resemblance they have is that the hairline is about the same on them, but other than that,
Yeah, two exact opposite styles of wrestling too. Like I remember watching Flash Punk at this time and discovering him, and then uh, continuously starting to watch old ECW clips and seeing him as Too Cold Scorpio. And I'm like, oh man, this dude has been in wrestling a very long time.
hey, George, just in case you were wondering, the guy who's wearing the tight outfit that kind of looks like the Honky Tonk Man's gear, that's not D'Lo Brown.
His face a little bit
I
high.
was, I was I was mostly wondering why he's wearing A Train's uniform from the boys.
Ah, that's funny.
Maybe that was H. Maybe H got inspiration from watching Flash Funk.
You know, and watching him kind of fly around, like he's kind of a chunky dude to be doing like flying like that. But let's talk about the next guy coming out. We got Big
Speaking
Van.
of chunky,
Big Chungus
Speaking of-
Vader coming out.
Speaking of chunky, we got the Mastodon.
I love how he has no urgency to get to the ring.
Well, no, that's a long ass walk, dude. Remember?
Yeah.
I don't know if they did it when we went to the Royal Rumble, but when me, my wife, and another buddy of ours all went to the Royal Rumble, the entrance ramp was so far that all of the big guys got a cart. So they would show them at the entrance, and then they would cut away from them, and they would fucking drive them to the ring, and then let them get off, and then show them again.
Yeah. This is definitely not that time.
Ooh, Vader with that pop on Stone Cold. Damn.
Well, it looks like about the same distance from when we were at the Royal Rumble that they ran too. But it's Vader. He's big. I ain't gonna expect him to start running anywhere. Unless it's to the front of the buffet line.
Hey, I'd be right there with him, man.
I'll be right behind him. So I'll make sure to get everything else he didn't get.
Here
That
we
good
go.
fresh meat. No diddy.
We got number 29 coming out here. So number 29, number 30, they got to be big names, right?
Oh, Henry O. Godwin.
You got Henry O. Godwin coming back out with Hillbilly Jim into this match. Like, look at, I just want, well, I'll wait till number 30 comes out, and then we'll talk about it. But this, like, it's so good, man. Like this time, like I wish I could go back and talk to like 11-year-old me and say, man, just cherish this and watch these guys because it's gonna get better. Like fake Diesel, but your you're a few, what are you, like 5, 6 months away from fake Diesel becoming Kane? Like there's a light at the end of the tunnel for the shitty years that were like 95 through like 97 for WWE. Um,
Yeah.
let's talk about it. We got Vader and Terry Funk. Did they have a feud anywhere else? I feel like they did.
Maybe in WCW a long time ago.
Maybe.
I don't think so. I think they're just placeholders in this match.
I feel like that would have been a good throwdown between the two of them. But we've got the final countdown for number 30 coming out, and we're gonna hit that. We're gonna hit that, as Lathan would say, we're gonna hit that dong.
Oh, Taker's big dome. Yeah.
We've got the Undertaker coming out because he's got that teardrop. Y'all get it?
Teardrop. Yeah, I never did understand that. I need to ask him about that because that was weird.
It's got to be awful. Like it had to be somebody else's. Because I get it, the idea, like you have the teardrop. But here, okay, so let me ask you this. The whole premise behind the teardrop, right, was that he had killed his brother, right, and his family. Well,
He can't. Clearly, his brother's in the ring right now. What are you talking about?
right. So, like, had they already planned for fake Diesel to be gone and they're going to do something, or were they kind of planting the seeds for something coming up? Like, but I don't know, man. But here's what I want to point out, and let's talk about it, man. You've got in this match right now, Kane, Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Bret Hart, Mick Foley, Terry Funk, and nobody gives a shit about Henry Godwin. You've got people in this match right now that are going to define the next like 15 years of WWE.
Yeah. And still have some kind of relevance today. Oh,
Right.
have them still have relevance today.
How many of these guys are Hall of Famers? Here you've got Undertaker, you've got Bret Hart, you've got Mick Foley, you've got Terry Funk, you've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, you've got Kane. The Rock has not gone in yet, but he's gonna be there. So you've got 7 Hall of Famers in this match right now out of 9 people.
Yeah.
Only one ring.
Yeah, but you look at the combinations in here of the feuds that will be defining like the next 10 years. You've got Austin with Mick Foley,
Oh,
and
shit.
the Undertaker. You've got Undertaker, who's going to be feuding with, and Bret Hart with Austin. You've got Mick Foley, who through his different incarnations will be with Terry Funk and winning a tag team championship with him as Chainsaw Charlie. You've
Also
got
won tag team matches with The Rock.
Yeah, you've got tag team championship goal with The Rock. You've got an amazing feud with Austin. You've got an amazing feud with The Rock. Like this combination of people in this match is mind-blowingly good and defining the next 15 years of WWE.
Yeah. $40 minutes. We can watch this for 40 minutes?
Gotta love it, man. You gotta love the Royal Rumble. Like,
It's always been one of those that are entertaining, and then you look up and realize you've been sitting in the same spot for almost an hour or over an hour sometimes, and still entertained from bell to bell.
oh, I forgot to mention Austin and Kane, who just a year and a half from now are going to be going at it. This is crazy good right here. But then you start looking at it too. You've got Bret Hart, who is like 9 months, 8 months from completely leaving WWE and getting screwed out of the title, and like
Brett screwed Bret Hart. Cut that out. He
That's
screwed
true.
himself.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
And then Goldberg screwed him even harder.
Oh, but not in a fun way.
No.
Bill Goldberg. How fucking Henry Godwin is still in this match and just completely irrelevant. You think anybody's watching this match 1997 thinking, oh man, I can't wait to see Henry O. Godwin in the WWF Championship match at WrestleMania 13.
Dude, it's weird. It's funny. It's entertaining sometimes to see a young Dwayne Johnson. Because, man, I remember when they tried to push this so hard and it just failed miserably.
Yep.
And then I remember when he first came back with those short ass jorts and his penny loafers to join the nation. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Yeah. At this point, he was so just damn
Yeah.
white meat babyface. Was that the quote you used, Lathan?
Yes. White meat baby face as hell. Even on a black and Samoan son of a bitch.
Man, just like, who told him, like, dude, you should have a Jerry curl?
That's just how his hair grew.
Oh, eliminated by old
Ooh.
Mick Foley.
Undertaker
okay.
was number 30.
Yeah. Undertaker had some weird lanky hair at this time.
All right. Be right back.
I'm just saying, my what is it? My feed is getting close to that orange dot commercial. Is there does the Rumble finish soon? Or else I'm going into a commercial here on my end.
That's why you're on a delay. George is a few seconds behind us because he doesn't pay for Peacock Premium. And Terry Funk just got eliminated by Mankind. So we're down to the final
1, 2, 3, 4,
five.
5, 6. There's 6 of them.
Is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 1?
1, 2,
There's 5
3,
now.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, there's
now
5.
Now there's 5.
Yeah. So here we go. We're gonna have the little shenanigans that are coming up. That'll be right the moment that George goes to commercial when the Royal Rumble shenanigans happen.
No,
You
that's
remember?
George,
have
pay
you ever
the extra
seen
$2. It's worth it.
no.
Have y'all ever seen any footage from Mick Foley and Terry Funk's match
Oh,
in New Japan?
hold on. Let's talk about it. So Austin just got eliminated, and he picked his trunks out of his booty, but he's back in because the rest were focused on Mick
Terry
Foley,
Funk and Mick Foley, yeah.
Terry Funk, and Austin eliminates the Dead Man.
And Vader.
And here we go. Here we go with the
316.
elimination of Bret Hart.
Oh!
Oh, and he's holding his hip because he's old. No, I'm just kidding. So we got Austin, who's deemed as the winner.
Why is that second ref like, get your hand, I'm going to raise it too?
And Austin immediately is like, I'm gone. But now you got Bret Hart, who setting the scene for what his 97 year is gonna kind of entail with that. Not so much, I wouldn't call him a whiny bitch. Like, he kind of got fucked over in this instance. So he's complaining, but it's kind of valid. And he's about to knock the freaking Friar Tuck hair off of that referee.
Mhm.
Damn, dude. But I want y'all before because we're gonna stop it here in a second. We're gonna discuss it. So here we go. We're gonna have one of the first times where Vince McMahon is acknowledged as a official in WWF. right there. Bret saying, "What are you going to do?" I feel like stuff like this was kind of the early kind of peak in what's going to be the Attitude Era. You know, like Bret Hart kind of did it first versus Stone Cold later on, who was the anti-establishment guy. You've got Vince, who's just kind of sitting there shrugging, and Bret goes, "Fucking shit," which I feel like he has a rightful gripe at this point. He won the Royal Rumble,
Nah, if the refs didn't see it, did it happen?
right?
That's what we
Yeah.
know from WWE.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is his full heel turn. I remember this. And then like he ended up having a cage match a few weeks or I guess a couple months later we got screwed again. And then he's like uh goes on his tirade over there and then just full heel turn from there.
yeah. I was kind of digging it. Yep. So you see the replay. He throws Austin out. Give it a second. He's going up, and they're not going to show him pick the booty meat out. It's fine. So there we go, guys. We got the 1997 Royal Rumble. Let's talk about it, fellas. George? This is your first time watching it, man. What'd you think?
And I'm into commercials.
Hey, but that's okay. It's good timing
We
there.
made it. Dude, it was good. That was pretty good, actually. This is definitely one that I remember afterwards. Like, oh, Stone Cold won. Did he win in '98 too?
Yeah, so
Oh,
97
yeah, okay.
they do a big storyline because I was trying to remember WrestleMania 13, the Royal Rumble winner didn't have a match for the championship. So they ended up doing Austin versus Hart, and that was the submission match where Austin's bleeding and doesn't tap out. And then the WWF Championship match was Taker versus Sycho Sid, where Taker wins the championship. So yeah, they didn't do the winner getting a match at the Royal Rumble. Austin does win in '98 as well, though.
But yeah, that's why I was like, all right, I'm getting a little bit of a memory in from highlights where I know Austin probably wins, but then when he gets thrown out, that was a little bit of like a wait, what? Like what? Like you could probably if people whoever's watching, like you can see like my hands go up in the air, like wait, I'm pretty sure '97 was when Stone Cold won, but I did not know, all that, you know,
Yeah, they
what
were.
did you call it? Shenanigans.
Yeah, I think at this time they were still trying to make Stone Cold a heel because I mean they hadn't fully embraced the Austin 316, so they were trying to make him still kind of a heel and everything. So you kind of have the chicken shit win of the Royal Rumble, and yeah, it is what it is on there, and I enjoyed it. I like the match because you're kind of in a weird moment with WWE at this time. You're between kind of the new generation stuff where they're focused on like Hart and Michaels and this and that, but you're also starting to see kind of the seeds planted for the Attitude Era where you're taking more reality into it, like Bret Hart shoving around McMahon with it. So I like this time because you do kind of see both sides of the spectrum when it comes to the styles that the WWE goes through.
I'm looking at. I just came back from commercials, so I was just noticing. I was noticing, like, I mean, obviously, I think we all know this by now, but there's a lot of adults in the audience, and I don't know why I have never made that connection, but it's a big difference from nowadays to, to back then, and I think this is because kayfabe wasn't fully broken. I think we mentioned it earlier that the curtain call happened, but there was still a little bit of realism to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's still you're like I said, you can kind of notice it. I'm glad you brought that up with the crowd where you have more adults rather than kids like you had in the mid 90s, 93, 4, 95, 96. You have more adult oriented style coming into it. Lathan, you're awfully quiet over there, Bubba. What you got?
Oh man, I'm just enjoying these highlights real quick, but no, that's incredibly like it was going to that effect that point about the adults. This is when like they started focusing more on the key demo, as they call it, the 18 to 34-year-olds. So, but you can clearly tell, like, yeah, this is leading more into full adult entertainment.
What did he say?
Or adult esque.
Wait. Hold on. You can't call it that.
Sorry, let me rephrase. More mature storylines and tones that they were trying, aesthetics that they were trying to get over. So
That's better. Yeah, you can't call it adult entertainment.
my bad. I'm not trying to get us demonetized.
Well, guys, let's so we've watched the whole thing, man. Let's go ahead and rate that Royal Rumble, baby. Let's see what y'all got. George is gonna hurt himself over there trying to think about it.
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one because this is the first time I've watched it in that sense, other than highlights. Oh, man, there was a few people that I could have done without. There was no D'Lo Brown, unfortunately.
I was gonna say D'Lo Brown's in it 3 times according to George, so it's fine.
He's on his way. He'll be there next year.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Oh man, I think this is kind of generous, but I'm gonna go 3.9.
That's very generous, but also understandable. I can get that. I can understand that. Latham, what you give it, man?
Oh, overall, give it a 3.5. It was good. It was entertaining, and bro, it didn't go too long, and we weren't too long in the tooth. Getting to the end kept you captivated, and like gave you a little twist that you weren't expecting. But I mean, from top to bottom, almost, it was fun. Just to get to see some old familiar faces in the ring before they became the next level of their superstardom. And especially people like Triple H and like a super athletic Stone Cold Steve Austin and a hyper technical Bret Hart. Like it had really good points to it. Even with George talking about like some of the wrestlers that were just kind of placeholders, like it still moved very smooth, and so it helped tell the bigger story that they're leading into going into Mania not even going into Mania. Sorry, take it back. Going into the long term story booking that they're putting into the content at the time. So regardless of what era it is, it was entertaining, but gave it the same respect that it needed to have to keep everything going afterwards. So, and it made you want to look at what's going to happen on Raw the next night, which is the main thing. You keep on booking to the next show. So, yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, that's very true because you're going to want to tune in on Monday and see, well, what the hell are they going to do? I mean, what are they going to do for WrestleMania? It's a really good point, man. I gave it a 3.3. So I think we're all in kind of agreement here. I really enjoyed it, watching it in hindsight, seeing you get kind of some of the goofy characters in it from kind of the new generation style, but you're also seeing the future of what's coming. Shit, if you had put Triple H into that final like 8 people in the match, that's your next like 20 years of booking in just that ring. Like I think it's super cool to kind of look back and see the potential and what's coming with everybody But overall, I really enjoyed the match. Like it was good outside of the AAA stuff because it was just kind of like the stuff they do. You brought up they do with the NXT and TNA. It's more relevant because it's a nationally known brand, right? With TNA, I feel like they threw AAA into this shit because they're like, San Antonio has a bunch of Mexicans. They're going to know AAA. It's fine. And nobody got any reaction other than Mil Mascares, who at how old? 84 years old, is still in the Royal Rumble.
82.
82 years old, still in the Royal Rumble. He's now the oldest man to ever still be in the Royal Rumble. But yeah, I told y'all, in our group text and stuff that I was looking forward to this one because it was one that I really enjoyed. But we're gonna wrap this up, guys.
I would say, hold on, before we wrap it up, I would say I would love if I like that they threw the AAA in there, get the lucha libre going. But they're not gonna win. Now we're moving, 2025. We have possibility of TNA showing up at Royal Rumble. Joe Hendry, dude, imagine if they just like said fuck it and then let them win, like had them win, or have somebody have a Jordan Grace win the women's. Dude, just throw that wrench in there. That will be just throw away a lot of predictability, and it will be awesome. It will be wildly awesome.
I agree. And I think both Joe Hendry and Jordan Grace are free agents this year. So the possibility is there. So yeah, the 2025 Royal Rumble is gonna be really interesting coming up February 1st. So hoping that the three of us, we can get together for that. And hopefully
a Jeff Hardy return.
You never know, baby. All right, everybody.
Wait a minute. Real quick. Just look this up while we're talking. The reason the AAA wrestlers were in the Royal Rumble is it was WWF's response to WCW in the Luchador division.
I knew it.
Wait, what? Say that again.
I knew it.
What?
It was their direct response to the competition, the Luchador competition on WCW because of all the cruiserweights they were getting.
Oh.
I knew it. When I was watching it the first time, writing down the entrance and stuff, I thought to myself, when we got multiple guys coming in, I was like, I wonder if this is them trying to do something with the cruiserweight style, which eventually became the light heavyweight division in WWE, which incorporated Lucha Libre, New Japan, and different guys like that. So yeah, that's verified. I'm glad you pulled that up. But guys, any final thoughts?
Follow Too Hard Too Fast podcast also. Bye.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, George, you are traveling all over the place for the Too Hard Too Fast podcast. What you got coming up? Anything good?
Depends. Well, I don't know when this is coming out, but in January you can at least watch an investigation at the Emily Morgan Hotel, top 5 haunted hotels in the USA, baby.
I stayed at the
Cincinnati
Emily
trip.
I've stayed there. I mean, it was like 2006, 2005, but I did stay there, and it was weird, man. It was weird.
Yeah, man. We stayed over. It was freaky. Wow. Cincinnati trip. We went to go save some birds. Well, we just learn what it takes to save some birds. But it was awesome. It's awesome, and I'm willing to travel.
I'm hoping you save some doves so that then when they make it down here, I can just go ahead and kill them and eat them.
No, I'm saving all the birds, baby.
Lathan, anything good coming up, Bubba?
Except these, baby.
These fly everywhere, first class. Oh shit! Nah, I ain't got nothing, man. It's nothing important's coming up. Oh, right now I'm in day number 4 of transitioning from being a handsome husky son of a gun to lightening up my load a little bit. Trying to stupid carnivore diet just to see what gay feels like for a little bit. Not too bad so far, but no, nothing too crazy right now. Nothing until the summertime. But yeah, and then messing with this kerfuffle on my head, trying to grow some hair out. That's about it.
Nice.
Yeah, hell yeah. So,
all right, everybody.
Fun.
Well, we're gonna cut it off there. We will see y'all in February. Stay tuned to all the social medias and stuff to see what we gonna be looking at in February. I got a queued up idea, so we will see. But Lathan, George, thank y'all so much. Listeners, viewers, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all in February after the Royal Rumble. Holla at your boy.